Let's get right into it. Number 10. The night vision you forgot you had. Picture this. You stumble to the bathroom at 3 a.m., half asleep, convinced that the hallway is now a pitch-black labyrinth designed by some evil interior decorator. But here's the kicker, you can actually see more than you think. Your eyes aren't useless meat cameras. They're basically running a secret military-grade night vision mode. Here's the science. Inside your eyes, you've got rods and cones. Cones are the divas, they love color and bright lights and tap out the second things get moody. Rods, on the other hand, are the gritty factory workers of your vision system. They don't care about color, but they do care about movement and shadows. That's why in low light, you start noticing that you can still detect shapes and motion even when the world feels like it's been swallowed by an inky void. And here's the fun twist. Your rods need a few minutes to really power up. That's why stepping out of a bright bathroom back into your dark bedroom feels like diving into a sensory black hole. But give it about 20 minutes and bam, you've basically unlocked stealth vision. No batteries, no goggles, just built-in primal tech. This little upgrade comes courtesy of evolution, when humans needed to avoid being tiger snacks at night. So next time you're fumbling in the dark, remember, you're rocking the biological equivalent of Batman's utility belt. Just minus the grappling hook. Number 9. Painkiller Spit. You ever stub your toe so hard you reconsider all your life choices? You probably don't realize that when your body goes, ouch, that was dumb. It also whips out a secret weapon, your saliva. Yep, your spit has morphine-like chemicals in it. Surprise, your mouth is basically a sketchy back-alley pharmacy. Scientists discovered that human saliva contains something called opioorphin. It's like your body's own painkiller, supposedly stronger than morphine, but without the whole addiction and weird jazz hallucination side effect. Imagine chomping down on a sandwich, nicking your tongue, and your mouth just goes, "Don't worry, I got this," and numbs itself like some built-in dentist. Here's the wild part. We don't fully understand why it's there. Some think it's a defense mechanism for injuries inside the mouth since, teeth are sharp, food is spiky, and humans are clumsy. But your spit basically doubles as both lubricant and emergency medication. Evolution, once again, is like a weird but thoughtful roommate. The catch? There's not enough opioorphin in your everyday drool to completely replace Advil. But the fact that it's just hanging out there at all means your mouth is running a side hustle you never signed up for. Basically, every time you spit, you're wasting a free painkiller. Number 8. Spider sense for germs. Ever walk into a room and immediately feel like something's off, like you shouldn't touch anything because it looks icky? Congratulations, you've just activated your disgust radar, aka humanity's DIY immune system. See, disgust isn't just about wrinkling your nose at gross smells. It's actually your brain's way of saying, "Don't die from bacteria today." That reflexive gag at moldy bread is a psychological force field. Even the way your stomach flips at the sight of a used tissue or a stranger's sneeze. It's basically your brain screaming, "Biohazard, biohazard." What's crazy is that disgust is so strong it overrides logic. You could sanitize a toilet seat until it's cleaner than a surgeon's scalpel, and people will still refuse to sit on it. Why? Because evolution doesn't care about logic. It cares about survival. Your ancestors weren't running chemical tests on their food. They just avoided things that made them go, ew. And voila, fewer cases of medieval diarrhea. This germ sense is one of the reasons humans even made it this far. Sure, it means we sometimes overreact, like gagging at perfectly safe blue cheese, but hey, that's the price of being a living, breathing biohazard detector. Basically, your brain is a paranoid germaphobe, and thank God for it. Number 7. The secret lie detector in your skin. You might think lie detectors are those fancy machines with wires and needles scratching out squiggly lines, but plot twist, your body already has one built in. It's called electrodermal activity, which is science speak for, your skin turns into a tattletale the second you get nervous. Here's how it works. When you're stressed, embarrassed, or caught in a bald-faced lie, your sympathetic nervous system flips the panic switch. Suddenly, your sweat glands start pumping, sometimes so subtly you don't even notice. But your skin's electrical conductivity changes. Basically, you become a slightly better conductor of electricity. You don't spark like Pikachu, but your palms turn into traitors that scream, "Yeah, this guy's hiding something." That's why polygraphs use skin conductance as part of their readings. But here's the kicker, you don't need the machine. Your own body is already broadcasting the signal. Ever shake someone's hand and notice their palm feels clammy? That's not just poor circulation. It's their nervous system leaking spoilers. Evolutionarily, this sweat panic probably helped keep us alert. In high-stakes situations, a damp grip actually improves traction, like natural climbing chalk for escaping danger. So, yes, your body develops slippery hands not to betray you during job interviews, but to help you survive saber-toothed tigers. Unfortunately, HR departments don't care about evolutionary excuses. Basically, your skin is a snitch, and the worst part? You can't bribe it to shut up. Number 6. The built-in GPS nobody uses. Imagine dropping your phone in the woods. For most of us, that's the start of a horror movie. But hidden inside your brain is a backup navigation system, your hippocampus. It doesn't come with Google Maps' soothing robot voice, but it can track direction and spatial layout just by memory. Scientists call it your cognitive map. Every time you walk around your neighborhood or navigate through your house at night without lights, you're using it. Your brain literally builds a 3D mental model of your surroundings, so you don't have to constantly relearn where the couch is. Though your pinky toe would argue otherwise. Even cooler, your brain has grid cells and place cells that light up depending on where you are, like a biological GPS tracker. Taxi drivers in London, who have to memorize thousands of winding streets, literally have bigger hippocampi because their navigation system gets a daily workout. Meanwhile, those of us who panic when the Wi-Fi drops are basically letting our hippocampus atrophy into mashed potatoes. So yeah, you're a walking GPS unit. No satellites, no data plan, just a soggy chunk of brain meat mapping the world for you. Which is pretty handy, unless you're the type who gets lost in your own driveway. Number 5. Pain as super strength. You know those stories about moms lifting cars off their kids? Or people running with a broken leg like they're starring in an action movie? That's not just adrenaline being dramatic. It's your nervous system temporarily disabling the pain lock. Pain is basically your body's version of a helicopter parent. Loud, overprotective, and constantly nagging you to sit down and stop breaking stuff. But in emergencies, your body goes, "Okay, fine, rules don't matter anymore," and dials the pain down to 0. Adrenaline surges, your muscles get flooded with oxygen and glucose, and suddenly you can do things that sound borderline impossible. It's not that you've turned into Superman. It's more like your body finally stops holding you back with safety rails. The catch? You'll pay for it later. Once the danger passes, pain comes storming back like an angry landlord demanding rent. That's why the hero who ran 3 miles on a twisted ankle suddenly can't stand up afterward. So technically, you do have super strength. It's just hidden behind an emergency-only glass case, labeled, "break in case of imminent doom," kind of like if your superpower came with a hangover. Number 4. The time machine in your brain. Your brain can't actually teleport you to the past, but it can replay your memories so vividly that you're basically time traveling. Ever smell sunscreen and suddenly you're 7 years old again? Standing on a beach, eating soggy PB/J out of a sand-filled cooler? That's your hippocampus and olfactory system teaming up for a nostalgia ambush. Memory isn't just about storing facts like some boring filing cabinet. It's immersive. When you recall something, your brain literally reactivates the same neural pathways as when it happened. It's like a crappy VR headset that only plays clips from your awkward middle school years. And thanks to your senses, especially smell and sound, the replay can feel so real your body reacts as if it's happening again. That's why a breakup song still punches you in the gut years later, or why one whiff of cinnamon makes you feel like it's already Christmas. This accidental superpower is a double-edged sword, though. It can be comforting, like reliving a happy memory with a loved one, or tormenting, like your brain refusing to stop playing blooper reels of every embarrassing thing you've ever done. Basically, your mind is less like a hard drive and more like that one friend who won't stop telling the same story, only now with 4D sensory effects. So yes, your brain is a time machine. Just don't expect it to take you anywhere useful. Number 3. Instant mood lighting. You ever notice how your brain can completely shift your mood just because of lighting? Like, you walk into a room with warm golden glow, and suddenly you're a chill cafe poet. Or you get blasted with harsh fluorescent lights and instantly feel like you're trapped in a DMV purgatory. That's not just vibes, it's biology. Your body has photoreceptors not just in your eyes, but pathways that influence your circadian rhythm, melatonin production, and overall mood. Bright bluish light? That's your brain's way of saying, wake up, time to suffer productively. Dim amber light? Boom. Your body interprets that as sunset, time to relax, and maybe scroll TikTok for 4 hours. This means you can hack your own emotions just by messing with light. Ever wonder why cozy restaurants use candles? It's not for romance. It's low-key emotional manipulation. Same reason why casinos blast fake daylight at all hours. So you keep gambling until your bank account looks like a sad math problem. So yeah, you're basically a houseplant. Give yourself the right light and you'll thrive. Wrong light, and suddenly you're existentially wilting. Photosynthesis not included. Number 2. The self-healing factory. Humans love to dunk on their bodies, too slow, too fragile, too bad at parkour. But we kind of forget we're carrying around an auto repair system. Get a paper cut, and within minutes your body is patching it up like a construction crew on double overtime. Cells swarm in, blood clots, skin regrows, and before you know it, good as new minus the scar that makes it look like you lost a knife fight with a stapler. This isn't just limited to cuts. Bones? They literally grow back stronger at the fracture site, like your body is saying, nice try, gravity, but I'm upgrading the frame. Muscles? Tear them up during a workout, and they rebuild thicker and more powerful. Even your liver can regenerate itself like some low-key Marvel character. Of course, there are limits. Lose a finger? Sorry, you're not growing a new one unless science figures out salamander hacks. But still, the fact that your body is constantly repairing microscopic damage you don't even notice is kind of insane. Every night while you sleep, your cells are holding repair parties, fixing DNA errors, rebuilding tissue, and sweeping up the garbage. So the next time you complain about your body being weak, remember, you're basically piloting a self-healing meat mech, and it's doing all that without charging you rent. Number 1. The force field of attention. Right now, you're filtering out about 99% of reality. The buzz of the fridge, the faint ache in your back, the 47 open browser tabs silently judging you. All of it gets shoved into the background so your brain can focus on the one thing it decided matters. That's not just concentration. It's a full-on superpower called selective attention. Think of it like a mental bouncer at the door of your consciousness. Too many sensory inputs trying to crash the party? The bouncer picks one VIP thought and throws the rest into the alley. That's why you can read a book in a noisy cafe or zone out so hard in class that you don't even hear your name being called. Your brain builds a bubble, a force field, where only the chosen information gets through. Here's the kicker. This filter isn't flawless. Sometimes it misses obvious stuff, like the famous experiment where people are so busy counting basketball passes they don't even notice a guy in a gorilla suit strolling through. Look it up. It's hilarious. But most of the time, it works so smoothly you forget it's even happening. Evolution built this trick because paying attention to everything equally would fry your brain circuits. Imagine noticing every single breeze, shadow, and pebble while hunting. You'd starve before you caught dinner. Instead, your body gave you a spotlight you can aim wherever it's needed. So yeah, congratulations, you have an invisible force field that edits reality in real time. It's like having Jedi powers, except instead of moving objects with your mind, you just ignore them really, really hard. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.